Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video, we are looking again at the StonegateFX Boost pedal here from Canada, which is a really cool pedal. I like it. I'm really keen to see what this can do for a Harley Benton Mighty 15th here, because that amp is pretty cool, but it doesn't quite have that enough aggression, enough bite to it. So let's hook this up to it and see what magic we can make from it. Let's start plugging stuff in and start having some fun. All right, now I've got everything plugged in, ready to go. Let's grab my 7-string here. And I'm gonna need to pick this loop. This is what it sounds like just with a Harley Benton Mighty 15 on its own. So, a little bit bland, a little bit flat. That's why we have the Stonegate Boost pedal here. So let me dial it back. We've got three, I think it's three, double check. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 different settings there. So let's just turn it on. I've only used this once before. This is the second time. Let's just see how it sounds. I'm boosting it a bit more. Sounds pretty cool. I like it. But let's check the other 2 settings. So that has a lot more bottom dynamic. In the final setting. So just a quick A-B comparison. So it definitely, it does boost the signal as it's intended to. But I like this one where it kind of alters it and cleans up the bottom end a lot. Let's try adding a little bit more gain into the amp to see if we can get just a little bit more saturation out of it. Had trouble getting that word out. So at the moment, the amp is all set pretty much at 12 o'clock, except the gain is pushed just below 3. I'm really liking that. So quick A-B comparison. Oh, that was really bad playing. A little bit better, but not the best. So that is sounding really cool just like that. So let's leave it here. We're not going to end the video here because we've got to do a jam, which is exactly what we're going into now. So I'll double up on the guitars, add some bass and drums, and see how it fits in with a band mix and how much it can actually cut through the mix. And yeah, just the overall vibe and feeling we get from it. So sit back, relax, enjoy the jam, and we'll have a bit of a chat about it on the other side. Okay, time for my final thoughts of mashing these up. So first thing, I had a little bit of a hiccup off camera. Not hugely, but I like my transparency in my videos. So what I did notice during my, while trying to track the second guitar, was hiss started to come through. Now because with my new setup, the screen is behind me, I couldn't see, I left it here because you probably saw it during it. It's actually visible how much hiss and unwanted noise was coming through. But it actually wasn't too bad because while I was actually playing and coming up with the tone, I didn't notice it. So the frequencies weren't too bad. But as soon as I doubled up on them, they became a little bit too cut through, a little bit too annoying. So I just added the Donna noise killer and just cut that straight off. And that worked an absolute treat. And also, it's going to make editing a bucket load easier for me and quicker for me because everything is straight clean off the back. So it's just a matter of getting the levels, painting them left and right, and then exporting it out. So that's going to be great. Now back to this pedal though. Back to the fun part and the main thing that we're talking about in this video. So the Harley Benton is very cool, but I don't like the lack of how much oomph it actually gets out of it, which is where enhancing pedals come in. The boost on here, so it's a one knob, one, I don't know, 3 setting little switch trick here. It's pretty cool. The far left extreme and right, I felt for the low tuning guitar that I have in Drop G, added too much bottom end to it. I didn't really add too much to it. It altered the dynamics too much for my liking. So those two settings might be really, really cool, which I'll probably have to try out now I'm thinking about it, with my Drop C tuning guitar, which is my 6-string. So that might add a lot more want to those bottom frequencies and that dynamic there. But I really love the top end. So not only does it clean up the bottom end with the middle setting that we chose for this video, but it really helps push that mid and top treble section of it too. And I'm curious to definitely get your thoughts. I'm always curious for your thoughts, but especially with this video because the top end that it gave us, I loved it. I thought it was really, really cool. But I could see people who are fans of the Djenty type of family tone that you can get, that the top end might have been just a little bit too abrupt and a little bit too punchy. And that I totally understand if you thought that, because this did add a hell of a lot to the top end. And while actually playing, I loved it. I loved the amount of aggression and bite and grit that I got from it, just playing with the open G notes. I thought it was really, really cool and punchy, but might be just a little bit too overdone for any type of recordings you might be thinking of. Or even in this mix that I did, you might think it's a little bit overdone. And my counter argument to that is, firstly, it's really cool that we can get that sound if we want it. And secondly, I could arguably add a third one, which I will. So secondly, if you like it, it's all good. But the third one would be, it could work really well as a blended tone. So if you had a tune that's got a breakdown section, or you really want to push it during a stop-start type of rhythmic part, you could add this type of setup or this sound that we've got as a secondary guitar to layer it in if you're quad tracking or even going more than that, to really help blend them together to get that cut through just for that section, or to have it all the way through your rhythm tracks. just to help give it that flavor and that extra bit of push. But blending it in with something that's a little bit more, not aggressive on the top end. So you can really help level them out. So the main thing is, it's awesome that we can get this and you can utilize it anyway on whatever fits best for the song or what you perceive to be best for the song. So I'm really happy with this. Very different results compared to when I hooked this up with the Orange Dark Terror, compared to the Harley Benton here. But lots of fun, and I'm really glad I got to do it, to see the differences. So definitely keen for your thoughts on how I put this video together, and also the results we got during it, and this pedal in general. Yeah, it's a really cool pedal from Canada. I'm really happy I finally got my hands on it, because it took me a while to save up my pennies to actually get it. So thank you very much for joining me in this video, and I really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until next time, please stay safe.